Hi guys, my name is Marissa and I'm the Senior Educator at the Bald Head Island Conservancy. And today I'm so excited to be bringing you the next episode of Conservancy Connections, where we are going to be talking all about snakes. So I hope you guys watched our episode from last week, and if you didn't, go check out our video, look at the turtle one. Kelly talks all about what makes an animal a reptile, because turtles are one of our groups of reptiles. But today we're going to be focusing on a different group of reptiles, our snakes. Before we do that, I want to quickly go over some of those things that all of our reptiles have in common. So the first thing that all reptiles have in common is that they have a backbone, just like you and I have a backbone. The other thing they have in common is that they all have a body that's covered in scales, and we are going to talk a little more about snake scales today. The third thing all of our reptiles have in common is that they are cold-blooded or ectothermic. That means they are the same temperature as their surroundings. So on a really nice warm day, they're going to be warm, and on a cool day, they're going to be a lot cooler because they cannot control their own body temperature. And then another thing most reptiles have in common is that they lay eggs, but not every reptile lays an egg. There are some exceptions. In the animal kingdom, there are a lot of crazy exceptions to rules, but for the most part, our reptiles do lay eggs. Snakes are going to be a group within our reptiles, and our snakes are really unique for a special reason. I want you guys to think about why snakes are unique. I'll give you a minute. All right. If you were thinking snakes don't have legs, then you'd be correct. Our snakes are our legless reptiles. However, like I just mentioned, there are exceptions to every rule. And there actually are some lizards that don't have legs, legless lizards, like in North Carolina, the eastern glass lizard. But those lizards have a few other characteristics that our snakes don't have. Those legless lizards actually have eyelids and they have ear holes, which snakes don't have. So our snakes are unique in the group of animals known as reptiles. And so today I actually brought with me a slithery, scaly snake friend. So I'm going to bring him out now. All right, guys. So this is my friend Larry. He is a corn snake. He is a non-venomous snake, and he is very docile and also very curious and friendly. So snakes like Larry, corn snakes, can get about 2 to 6 feet long and can live about 6 to 8 years in the wild, but when they're in human care, they can actually live much longer, with some reported to live 20 to 30 years. He is a corn snake that is a kind of rat snake, and they get their name for a few different reasons. He is just going everywhere today. So they get their name because underneath their body, they have this really beautiful pattern of scales, and it kind of resembles corn. So that's one of the reasons they have their name. The other thing is that they're found sometimes in cornfields and where there's grain because they like to eat the rodents, mice and rats that are going to be found in those areas as well. So that's kind of some of the reasons why they get that name. They are a very popular pet snake in the US because they're so docile and easy to take care of. So you'll notice he's sticking out his tongue a lot. What do you guys think he's doing that for? What does he use his tongue for? So snakes use their tongue to sense their surroundings. They have a really good sense of smell, and so they use that tongue, they stick it out to see if there are any predators that might want to do harm to them, and also to see if there are any food that they might want to take a bite of. So that's what they use that forked tongue to do. They have a lot of sensors on that forked tongue, which allow them to sense their surroundings. So as I mentioned when I first took out Larry, he is non-venomous. So that means he cannot produce venom, and he does not have fangs, so he cannot bite me in that way. And there are a couple ways you can tell the difference between venomous and non-venomous snakes. So again, there are exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, our non-venomous snakes are going to have a slender, thin head, like Larry here, And another thing is they're going to have circular round pupils, also like Larry here. And I know it's not focusing super well on his eyes, but those round pupils are a great way to tell. Venomous snakes are going to have pupils like a cat eye, straight up and down. Venomous snakes also are going to have a more triangular shaped head because they have venom pits or sacs in their head. The best thing to do is to look at the pattern on the snake and figure out the species that way. Now, Larry the corn snake here, his pattern is really, really beautiful with all of those scales. Unfortunately, corn snakes do sometimes get confused for copperheads, which are a venomous species of snake. And so people will see these guys who are completely harmless and really beneficial because they eat rodents, and they might try to do harm to them because they think they're a copperhead. But these guys are totally harmless and are really, really beneficial to have in the environment. They are a wonderful form of natural pest control, so you don't have to worry about rat traps and things like that. These guys do all that work for you, and that's really awesome of them. For us, it works to our benefit. So it's always best just to respect wildlife, to respect animals like snakes, to leave them alone. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. But know that if there are species that you're unsure of and you think might be dangerous for your family, for your pets, and maybe kids, then it's always good to call wildlife control, and they can relocate or figure out what to do with that animal so that there's a safe environment for both the animal and for you and your family. There's another look at that beautiful scale pattern underneath. He actually just recently shed, so we're gonna share a video of that right here now. So this video is sped up just a little bit, but you can see here that Larry is wiggling out slowly of his old set of scales. So when snakes shed, they actually get rid of all of their scales in one go, which is not the same as other reptiles. Some reptiles will just shed patches of their scales. So here's a up-close look at those scales. So we just showed you a video of Larry shedding all of his scales so he could have nice, fresh new ones. And so this is what it looks like after they've shed that entire shed. And you can even see here, this would be the face and the eyes. So they have scales over their eyes. They don't have eyelids, but they have scales over their eyes, which is pretty neat. So, like I said, snakes don't have eyelids. So let's see if we can have a staring contest with Larry. Close your eyes. On the count of 3, open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. I blinked. You might be better than me. You might have gone without blinking. But as you can see Larry here, he's never going to blink because he doesn't have those eyelids. So unfortunately, we can never win a staring contest against a snake. I guess that's the benefits of being a snake, is you can win all of the staring contests in the world. Snakes are really good at climbing. They have many strong muscles and many ribs inside of their body. And so they can twist and turn and they can climb up trees. So we have a lot of tree-dwelling snakes. And so I'm kind of acting today like Larry's tree. So he can climb up me just like he normally would if he were outside. And Larry is very curious naturally. He just loves to climb all over me and all over all of the other staff at the Conservancy. So he could just hang out here for right now. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining me today to talk all about snakes. We appreciate all of the support for our Conservancy Connections videos. If you like these videos and you want to see more of them, please click the link below to go to our donate page on the Bald Head Island Conservancy website. And when you're making a donation, make sure to put education in the comment field so we know where to put your money. Thank you, guys.